Hi friends, and welcome back to Rustic and Lace DIY. Today is the What Would You Make challenge. This is a challenge that I am hosting every month. I'll let you know more about that in a few minutes. But first of all, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Brenda. I am so happy you stopped by. And if you're returning, oh, you guys, I love you so much. So with all that being said, let's get to crafting. Okay, here's DIY number 1. So for this DIY, I'm going to use this air dry clay by DOS. I got this off of Amazon. I'm going to use this iron orchid mold. I'm going to use my Waverly antique wax, and then I'm going to use this Folk Art home decor chalk paint in the color antique green, and then this metallic gold paint. And then this sign I got at a garage sale the other day for $1. It had a design on the front, so my husband sanded it down for me. I'm going to start off by taking my air dry clay here, and I'm just going to start filling up my tree. Now this has a tree and it has some swags and a star on it. So I'm actually going to just fill it all up with clay. I'm going to do every little mold that's on this thing. I just thought this was a beautiful mold when I first saw it and had to get it and try it. And I actually really love how this came out. So once I had that all filled with the tree, I'm going to go ahead and fill in the rest of it. Now, I'm still learning how to do this correctly, so maybe don't really watch how I did it, but you just want to make sure that there's none on the edges. The other thing that I did wrong is I forgot to fill it with cornstarch before. As I was removing this, I went, oh, dang it, I forgot to put the cornstarch in my mold. So if you have any molds, it's best to try and put some cornstarch on your molds first before you put your clay, because that just helps the clay release from the molds a little easier. I just worked at it. You can see me using my fingers there. And then I finally got it all out. After it was out and drying, I took my antique wax here, and I'm just going to go over my wood sign with the antique wax, and I'm going to brush it on and then wipe it off with the excess. Now, if you don't have one of these signs, you can always make a wood sign with the Dollar Tree planks that they have. Really easy. You'll see me later in this video use a couple, but I'm sure you've seen me use them before. So after that was all painted, these were not completely dry, but they were pretty dry. So I went ahead and just painted over them with my antique green color here. And I do have to admit that it was kind of hard because after it dried, you could still see little spots of white. So I did have to go over it a couple of times. But I do end up painting the trunk of that tree with my Burnt Umber by Apple Barrel. It's acrylic paint. And then I'm using the gold on the star there. Now I am just using my Tite Bond quick and thick multi-purpose glue. I wish I would not have used my hot glue. I'm using the hot glue as well for the immediate hold, but I really didn't need to do that because I was going to have this sitting overnight anyways. So if my advice to you would be, if you're using a mold like this, to use just the multi-purpose glue or one of those kinds of glues and let it sit overnight. So after that was done, and I got everything glued on, I decided I wanted to add some little red berries to the greenery part. So I took some of these little berries. They're just styrofoam berries from that pick, and I'm just going to hot glue them all around the tree and all the greenery pieces. Now, after I did this, I thought, why didn't I just take my little embossing tool and dip it in red paint and do that? I don't know why, but yeah, you could also do that too if you have this mold or anything similar to it. So after that, I took my gold paint here, and I took this, I got this decal off of Cricut. I printed it on, or I cut it on some vinyl. What am I trying to say? Some stencil vinyl. That's what I'm trying to say. Oh my gosh. And I cut it out, and then I just weeded out the letters, and then I'm just going over it with my gold paint. And oh, it's just beautiful. And then I just took my little weeding tool and removed all the little pieces that were still there. And then I just felt like the greenery still needed a little bit something more. So I took that gold, I'm just dipping my finger in it, and I am just going all around lightly over this tree. And oh my gosh, this just brings that tree out. I love how this came out. But you can see if I had too much on my finger, I just kind of wipe it on my little puppy pad there and then just continue to wipe that gold all around the tree and the leaves. Oh, I love it. And then I just took some of this little gold cord that I had, tied a little bit of a bow. I left the tails a little long to hang down, and there it is. I love how rustic this is. I think it came out so beautiful. You'll have to let me know what you think about this in the comment box below. Okay, this is the What Would You Make challenge, and I host this along with Connie with Connie's Woodshop and DIYs every month. It's the fourth Sunday of every month. This month's guest host is May with Craft Away with May, so make sure you check out their channels and the playlist. I will have links to all of them, so that way you can get all kinds of inspiration for making DIYs with wood. Okay, so here is DIY number 2. Now, you guys, this is one that was better in my mind. So I'm going to use, this is a 1x1. It's 36 inches long. I bought this from Hobby Lobby a while ago. I'm going to use my gold metallic paint. I'm going to use these, my Waverly antique wax. These really cute snow greenery from Dollar Tree. And then this star I got from Woodpecker's Craft last Christmas, or before last Christmas. And then I have 8 of these wood slices, but I'm only going to use 7. And then I'm going to use one of these little rectangle blocks from Dollar Tree. So I started off by trying to remove those hangers. I'm using that little pick tool. I was able to get a couple of these. I was able to get the staple to come out, but most of them, they were in there really deep, and I couldn't get them out with this little pick. So what I ended up doing, you'll see me here, I'm gonna remove the little tags there, and then I'm going to try, and it's just too deep. I couldn't get it even that in there, so I just pulled, and it just broke the twine, so I just cut off the excess twine there because you're not going to really see it anyways. Then I painted the plaque and that stick with my antique wax and the star with the gold. Once it was done, I'm taking this wood glue by Titebond and my hot glue, and I'm going to glue that star right to the top. Now, this is where I'm kind of having some issues. You did the same thing with the wood glue and the hot glue, but I think I should have had that sticking out a little bit more, not so much, or I moved over to the right a little bit more, because I think this, when I laid it out, it was really cute. But after I got it all glued, I'm like, something doesn't look right. So I think I just started it off wrong when I was gluing it on there. But anyways, so I decided to go over the gaps with all of these little picks. I just kind of cut them and glue them in between. And I glued some like on the outside of them as well. I was kind of going back and forth on painting the wood pieces green, but I just didn't want to do that. I wanted it to be more natural. So here I took the this wood plaque, whatever it is. Oh my gosh, it's late, guys. I'm finding the middle part of it, and then I'm just going to add some wood glue here and hot glue to the bottom of my stick, and which I did cut down. I cut down to 30 inches. But this is not, it's too heavy for that. And I got it to stay, but after I turned off my camera, it started falling over. But that's okay, because I had planned on using some like brad nails or something. But then I told my husband, he's like, oh, your brad nails aren't long enough. So we did end up putting a screw from the bottom all the way up that to hold that in place. And that works much better. And then I did add some more. I had some more frosted greenery that I added as well. You'll see that in the final reveal. And then I decided this space needs a little bit something more. So I'm adding some Mod Podge here. And then I'm going to cover it with some fake snow. And I'm just going to tap it all into that Mod Podge as much as I could so that it would just adhere. And then once I got as much of it sticking as I could get, I'm going to brush off the excess here, and then I'm just going to do the other side with the Mod Podge, and then coat that with the fake snow as well. And you guys know that that fake snow is basically just plastic bags. If you really look at it, it's really thin cut pieces of plastic bag. I always thought that was interesting. Anyways, once I am done with all of this, that's all there was. I went back and forth on whether or not to put some of the snow, the fake snow, on the wood slices too, but I didn't. I just left them rare. You have to let me know what you think about this. I'm not sure. The verdict's still out for me. Now, somebody last year made a tree with these, and I do not remember who it was. I thought I knew, but I couldn't find it on their videos. So if you know who made something like this last year with these wood slices, let me know in the comment box below, please. Okay, so I want to take this moment. I always like to take this moment to thank all my subscribers because you guys are the best. And if you're new here and enjoy today's video, make sure you hit that subscribe button before you go. And then make sure you guys give me that thumbs up, comment, and watch those ads because you all know that really helps my channel grow. And then if you'd like to follow me on social media, you can find the links to those accounts as well as my affiliate accounts in the description box below as well. Okay, here's DIY number 3. So for this DIY, I am going to use some 1-inch wood letters that come from Hobby Lobby. It comes in a big pack of letters. This wood plaque from Dollar Tree. Some of this little scrapbook paper from this paper pack that I got last year from Hobby Lobby. It's just beautiful. I love all those papers. Maybe it was the year before. I don't remember. And then I got Waverly chalk paint in the color crimson, and then my Waverly antique wax. I'm going to also use some of these little Christmas trees from Dollar Tree, and then these 2 wood hanging plaques from Dollar Tree. So I'm going to start off. I removed the hangers. I took some giant craft sticks from Walmart, and I'm adding the quick and thick tight bond glue as well as hot glue to those sticks and putting them on the back of my plaques here to make them one big sign, or medium-sized sign. Then I took my antique wax and I brushed it all on and wiped off the excess front and back just like the previous DIY. And then I painted all those letters with my red. And then I took my trees here and I'm just tracing them out, one on the back of each paper that I had. And then I cut them all out. And once I had them all cut out, I took my Mod Podge here and I am just putting that all around my plaque, and then I'm going to add the 2 plaid papers to this. If you notice, I have one of those little squeegee bottles. I got this idea from Kathy Jo. She loves using it, and I just had to get some new Mod Podge, and I thought I would give it a try because I'm tired of having big chunks at the bottom of my Mod Podge and thought this might help. So far, I really like it. Anyways, so once I had this on there, I made sure to match those lines up as best as I could so that it looked like one cohesive piece. I'm just going to cover it again with my Mod Podge, and then I'm going to let it dry. I went and got me some hot apple cider and chai tea mixed together while that was drying, so I would be perked up a little bit more and it helped me get through this. And then I'm adding my Mod Podge and the paper to the trees as well, and then I'm going to go over those paper with the Mod Podge just like I did on the plaque. And again, the Mod Podge, that just protects the paper, puts a protective layer over the paper so that it doesn't rip on you. And so once those were dry, I am going to take my little X-Acto knife here and just go around and cut off the excess paper all around that plaque. I did try to sand my little trees with my little finger sander, but those areas were too small. So I did have to use my little X-Acto knife on those too. Took me forever. Then I use my square ruler here to line up my letters. That way I'm making sure they're on there straight. And I'm just going to hot glue all those letters in place on my plaque, and as you can see, they just spell Merry Christmas. And yes, I did burn my little finger pretty bad, but you know what? That's the story of my life. I'm always burning my fingers. Oh, anyways, I guess that happens to a lot of crafters. Okay, after that was all done, I took a little finger dauber and I'm just dabbing it into my antique wax. I'm kind of dabbing the excess off onto my little puppy pad there. And then I'm just going all around the edges just to kind of rustic it up a little bit more. And after that was all done, I did the same thing with my little trees. I just wanted this to look rustic because you guys know I love rustic. Then I went ahead with my Type Bond Quick and Thick Multi-Purpose Glue and my hot glue, and I'm going to attach that plaque to the front of my sign. And then I'm going to do the same thing with my little trees. I'm going to attach one tree on the side of this, one on each side of the plaques. Oh my goodness. Okay, then I decided to take these little half beads. I just felt like there needed to be something more. I didn't really want to, I tried ribbon, but I just didn't feel right. So I went ahead and just took these little half beads. I get these off of Amazon. I didn't paint them. I just thought I wanted the natural look. It kind of goes with the paper, the background of the paper. And then once I had them all glued, I am just taking my big mouth crocodile and making 2 holes for the hanger. And then I just added a hanger that I had in my little jar. And then I took some of these, more of these snow greenery pieces from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to hot glue them on the top of my sign, 2 on each side. And then I'm going to decorate it with some berries and some pine cones. And I really do love the way this came out. These berries, now I got a huge pack of these frosted berries from Hobby Lobby. They're normally $4.99, but it was 50% off, so I got them for $2.50, and I thought that wasn't a bad price for all of those. And then I had these pine cones I got these in a bag of goodies from Amazon, and there it is. I love how this came out. It's so rustic. Yeah, you have to let me know what you think about this one as well. Okay, it is a time for a celebration of your recreations. And this is scary cute, Adele. I love it. Thank you so much for sharing your Halloween DIYs. And then we have this darling little gingerbread house that Kathy made. Must be from those little arrows, maybe? I don't know. And then Julie, she makes these beautiful wreaths. They're very lovely. Thank you all, ladies, for sharing those with us. And if you have a creation or recreation that you would like me to showcase for you, you can send pictures to my email address that's listed there, or you can send them to me through Instagram or Facebook Messenger. I am always thrilled to death to see what you guys are making and to showcase them for you. Okay, here's the final DIY. This is a really easy one, you guys. Short and sweet here. So I'm going to use a couple more of those 1-inch letters from Hobby Lobby. I'm going to use my Waverly chalk paints in the color crimson, and then my antique wax. I'm also going to use 3 of these little trees I got, I don't know if it was last year or the year before, from Walmart. They were only 98 cents. I'm sure they're more now. And then these little wood dice from Dollar Tree. So I started off by painting the dice with the antique wax and then painting the letters with my crimson. After that, I took my Type Bond glue here, the thick and quick multi-purpose glue and hot glue, and I'm going to glue those cubes together. And once I had them all done, I am going to use my hot glue and glue these trees on top. Now, this would be really cute if you had the dice and wanted to do these on the dice and with some bigger trees and maybe even add some lights. It would be really cute too. This is just going to be a really simple one for those of you who are new at crafting. This is a great, easy little project, and this would be great for a tier tray. I think this is probably what I'm going to do with it, is put it on a tier tray because it is pretty small, but I just love how this came out. So I added my letters there, as you saw. I took some of this ribbon from Dollar Tree. I'm just making a bow by doing the awareness ribbon, scrunching it up in the middle and tying some jute twine around that to keep it scrunched. After I have that twine all knotted up, it was fighting with me there. I'm going to just kind of fluff my bow a little bit, and then I will dovetail the ends. And when you dovetail, you just fold your tail in half, and then you're just going to cut at an angle, just like you see me doing right there. And after that, I just did 2 of these. I wanted to do, I just kind of wanted to cover the base of those trees. You could also take the base of those trees off and just, you know, maybe poke a hole or something and screw those little ends of the tree in. I don't know. I just thought this would be easiest, and I love it. You'll have to let me know what you think about this one as well. Okay, the final reveal is coming right up. There you go. Oh my goodness. I don't know about that big tree, you guys. But I do love this one. I hope you did too. So again, let me know what was your favorite one today. Let me know what you think I should have done with this tree here, if I should have done something different, or if you remember who created something like that with those wood slices last year. So make sure you check out the playlist and Connie and May's channels. And I will be back again on Friday with another collaboration. So have those notification bells set. And with all that, you guys, make sure you check out the playlist too if I haven't said that already. Don't forget to subscribe, thumbs up, all that fun stuff. With all that being said, I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.